Whether it was full-colored maps, cheat codes, specific help, or comics, Nintendo Power had you covered. I thought it'd be fun to take a look back at each issue and see what scores they came up with. Join me as we take a look back.
Your Nintendo Power is here!
This is no dream.
Mad Dog and Scorpion, aka Bill and Lance from Super C, are the cover boys this month. These military super jocks have 6 pages showcasing their incredible game. It's a tough act to follow given Contra is one of the most perfect NES games, but Super C is close. And check out that wicked skull drawing, so cool. We also get detailed maps and strategies for Dino Wars, Codename Viper, and Burai Fighter with full color detailed maps. I miss these. And there's a rather large overview of Final Fantasy, which was briefly showcased last time. It depicts the major parts of the game with many stunning images. Just look at all of this gorgeous artwork, man.
Yep.
Mail time. Player's Pulse has a letter from Jason Kendall from Boston, Massachusetts, saying he watched and loved The Wizard. How can you not love it when it has Fred Savage and NES games?
It's so bad. I love the Power Glove.
Our power player this month is Tom Whitgow. He's beaten numerous games and blah blah blah. He's so great, right? He even entered a Super Mario Bros. Tournament at a local store and won. He received the Game Boy as his prize, which is actually pretty cool.
That's gonna make you stupid. I guess it already did.
Let's not forget the Game Boy. The mighty handheld gets a lot of coverage this month. Batman, Gargoyle's Quest, Fist of the North Star, and Kicks, which is one of my personal favorites. Not Fist of the North Star, that game sucks.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
The votes are in. Last month, gamers got a chance to vote for their favorites in numerous categories. The winner for Best Graphics, Mega Man 2. Ninja Gaiden nabbed 2 awards with Best Challenge and Ending. Best Character went to Link from Zelda 2, and the Best Game of 1989 went to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 1989 was a banner year for the NES, but I would have picked either Ninja Gaiden or Zelda 2 for Best Game, come on. In Counselor's Corner, gamers asked what the country order was in 8 Eyes, where the crown is located in Iron Sword, a host of different questions for Shadowgate, as well as how to get the Spectre spell in Willow. And yes, longtime viewers will note that I still need to play this game, as I've had it for a long time. Well, last year, I finished it, and it was awesome. Now, you can just get off my back.
Inconceivable!
In classified information, we get numerous top tips to tackle testy carts, such as the 1-up frenzy in Super Mario 3, abusing the drop clause for power-ups in Batman, custom password matrix for Mega Man 2, super handy, and where to find Merlin's mystery shop in River City Ransom. Retro Matt and I found this one way back in the day by complete accident, which was rad. Super expensive items, though.
Good luck.
Howard and Nestor time. The boys head to the lab to look for gaming bugs in Mario 3. Howard is showing Nestor where to find the first warp whistle, and Nestor screws everything up, of course. Stupid Nestor. And finally, in our top 30, Super Mario 3 sits at number 1, right where it should be. Tetris secures 2nd place, and the Ninja Turtles hold the 3rd spot. Both Mega Man 2 and Mario 2 were knocked out of the top 3 from last month. And take a look at these games here. Some of the best for the time. Wait a minute. Back to the Future? That game sucks! And now, it's time to take a look at the review scores. There's a lot to cover this month, so let's get started. Anybody remember Lolo? Here's a series that needs to come back. If you enjoyed the original adventure of Lolo, it's more of what you love. And a score of 15 is solid. Rocket Ranger is pretty janky. A 14 is a bit too high, methinks. You can't go wrong with the wheel. These games show NES games were quite popular back then, and most families had them. Not mine, though. I've not played Tombs and Treasure. It seems kind of fun, though. A 14 is a-okay with me. I'm surprised Silius got a 14. It's really well done and is incredibly challenging. The music alone should get like a 15, so the score is way too low here. One of the biggest hits of the year, we join back with Ryu Hayabusa to take on Ashtar and his evil horde. The game improves upon many things like the wall climbing mechanic and gives us the absolutely broken orange clone fighters. I love this game, and I would have scored it at an 18, but at a score of 17, that's not bad. The Big N's second biggest release next to Mario 3. Adventuring in the tropical islands in search of your uncle. Man, what a great time this was. Retro Matt and I had this game growing up, and we loved every minute of it. Long live Mike Jones. The sequel to the first Golgo 13, who here was surprised we got this game? A vast improvement on the graphics, but they still kept those annoying 3D dungeons, which is just what kills this game for me. A 15 is about right. Perhaps SNK's best known NES game, this one is quite the epic. There's numerous things to collect and items to buy. It can be a little confusing on where to go next. I remember being stuck for a while trying to find one of the bracelets. But it's great fun. A 16 is too low, stupid Nintendo. Phantom Fighter may not be the best action game, but it's way better than a 12, maybe a 13.5. If not for the fact that you can alter the formation of your ship, Terra Crysta is a pretty average one. NP seem to like it a lot, giving it a 15. I don't see it. You don't really hear gamers talking about Castle of Dragon. It's about average, really. But very annoying that you have to press start to switch between your weapons, not select. A 14 is pretty good. Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular is a cute little event-based game. You have sack races, pole vaulting, pushing your friend off a boat. What's not to love? It's baseball. Nintendo loved to throw shade on wrestling games back then, and 11.5 for the third best grappler on the system? Not a chance. At a minimum, it gets a 15.5. The selection of wrestlers is great. You get lots of moves to pick from. Yeah, finishing moves, top rope, 2 running attacks, tag team wrestling, a password feature, Hulk Hogan. You can even go outside the ring, pick up a wrench, and whack the other guy with the head. It's great. It's golf. Rollerball is a good little pinball game, but it's not as good as Pinbot. This is one of those hardcore strategy games, and I don't like them. A 15 is probably too high. The best thing about Ghostbusters 2 is picking your drink up off this cart. I never had Nickelodeon. Conning kids cash, Kid Cool's cruel platformer is not a lot of fun to play or really to look at. A 12.5 is too high. How about a 10? Yeah, that's better. There we have it, Ninja Gaiden 2 is tops this month, with Startropics, Crystalis running up the top 3, while stinkers like Ghostbusters 2 and Dusty Diamond sit at the bottom of the barrel. Good riddance. Next time we take a look at issue number 14. Wait, hold on here. Are we skipping issue 13? Let me check my notes. Right, so the 13th issue is actually a special strategy guide for Super Mario 3. This is a pretty monumental magazine and would lead to the Big N releasing their incredible strategy guides from the 90s and the early 2000s. However, since the next issue doesn't have any review scores in it, we're skipping it. Okay, back on track? Perfect. Next time we dig into issue number 14, we have absolute bona fide hits like Rescue Rangers, Maniac Mansion, and Battle Chess? Nah, only fooling. It's Castlevania 3. Woohoo! Castlevania 3!